I'll try you back later. Tri-City Sports Now. I've got some bad news. Alex Doherty of A to Z Sports Nashville not picking up his phone. So we'll have to go to Plan B here, I suppose, and all that. You're mentioning a little bit about, I wanted to thank, obviously, Tom Wistrasill, and we're very sorry that our Facebook Live feed broke up a couple of times. We've still got the majority of the interview in. There were a couple of times where, yes, we lost contact, the old technical difficulties, love those. That's why jetbroadcasting.live, as well as, certainly just listening to AM 1420 to WEMB Sports Radio is so desirable. And you'll be able to, tonight, listen to, at 5 p.m., a game for fourth place in the Three Rivers Conference in high school baseball. It's between Unicoi County and Johnson County. And so the way the Three Rivers Conference works, Elizabethton is the champ. Sullivan South defeated Sullivan East, by the way, by the final yesterday. So South is the second place team, followed by East. And then the winner would be the fourth seed of tonight's ball game up in Mountain City. And we'll have it for you beginning at 5 p.m. Now, then the fifth place seed, all these teams are in the double elimination part of the district tournament. The final two teams, Sullivan Central and Happy Valley, have a play-in game. And so what then happens is that winner of that play-in game goes on to play Elizabethton. And, so that's the case there. I could actually make an argument possibly for Unicoi County against Sullivan South, even losing the baseball game. I don't think they're going to be tanking. I'll ask Chad Gillis about that before the game, but let's face facts. Opening day, Unicoi County defeated Sullivan South, and then in a later broadcast went to Bluff City and were 10-run ruled by Sullivan East. Well, if you're the 5 seed, I believe that's who you would be playing in the first round, and you could start Peyton Whitson on the bump again, and, this sort of thing. For Unicoi County to have a winning record, and it seems odd that you would say Unicoi County wouldn't have a winning record in baseball, but they are 10-14. 5-6 in the Three Rivers Conference. For them to have a winning record, they have to win this game. And then games against David Crockett, Madison, Dobbins, Bennett, and Science Hill would all have to go in the victory column. This will be our last regular season broadcast of Unicoi County Baseball. Looking forward to being behind the mic. I might even try to see if my convertible top on my car works. It hasn't very well recently, but anyway, here's the deal. We will then be going, and I will be calling the game at 5 from up in Johnson County, but we will have 2 games of the district tournament for you, the first 2 games as well. And these games are brought to you by Dr. Jason Cunningham. He's Irwin's favorite dentist. Unicoi County Gas Utility District, Health and Home Care of Irwin. Unicoi County Insurance Agency, The Computer Guy. Irwin Utilities, Irwin Paint and Body Shop. Clinchfield Federal Credit Union, Jones and Church Farms. Relay for Life of Unicoi County. And Jones Hardware, who are celebrating, by the way, their 60th anniversary. Again, if you're trying to listen to Alex Doherty of A to Z Sports Nashville, he was not. He did not pick up his phone. We're going to try to reach him. I hope he's okay. But yeah, usually he joins me 1:15 on a Wednesday. It has, sometimes things occur. And I do get that. So we'll try to reschedule here. And I'll try to give him a call during the next break, see what's up. And if not, then we'll try to maybe reschedule him for tomorrow or so and find out what went wrong with the Preds. But regardless, that's obviously the Predators and Stars weren't the only hockey teams that were playing. And, of course, last night I mentioned this, that the Bruins became one of the few higher-seeded teams to actually advance to the second round of the Stanley Cup Playoffs. And they were able to defeat Mike Babcock's Toronto Maple Leafs in 7 games. They beat them up at, they still call it, what do they call it? The Fleet Center up in Boston? I mean, it's not the Boston Garden anymore. Shows you what era I'm living in. But nevertheless, the Bruins were able to defeat the Maple Leafs and did it in quite, shall I say, well, they pretty much led from start to finish. Here's the first goal, scored by Joakim Nordstrom.
Corrali, right circle, walks in, shoots, blocked.
Oh, he got his pocket picked from behind that time.
Right at it, Nordstrom shoots, he scores! Joakim Nordstrom from right of the net. It looked like Freddie Anderson was there, and he ripped it by him. 1-0 Bruins.
That call on WBZ, I love it. You don't even have to go on the internet to try to, or pay service to listen to that. Just 10:30 at night, you can get the Boston Bruins game. Here's the goal that basically put the game away.
Achari nudges it to Corrali. He'll carry it himself on the line high slot to the far circle. Fires, he scores! This guy just has a nose for the big games. Sean Corrali raced in, angled to the left circle, and snapped one by Freddie Anderson. Bruins 3, Maple Leafs 1.
And actually the goal that sold it away, if you really want to be technical about it.
Out at center ice, Pasternak kicks it ahead. For the second consecutive year, and for the third time in 7 years, the Boston Bruins are going to eliminate the Toronto Maple Leafs in Game 7 behind a magnificent performance by Tuukka Rask, and the Boston Bruins will host a second-round series against the Columbus Blue Jackets.
So I guess last year the Caps finally got out of from under the Penguins' thumb and went on to win the Stanley Cup. Years ago, from the 40s to the 80s, it was the Bruins who couldn't get underneath from under the Habs' thumb. And now, wait a minute, original six, Maple Leafs, Bruins having, the changes come, the Maple Leafs. Now, they're still under the Bruins' thumb. Change being, I guess, another team that, jinxed against another, that sort of thing, Anyway, sort of like Tennessee against Florida or Alabama, or flip-flop it around football season, Kentucky and Tennessee, that sort of thing. As we look by, so anyway, the Bruins will take on the Blue Jackets. Tonight, it's the Caps and the Hurricanes. I really was sort of surprised, but the Knights never got their pickup from the KHL in the lineup. So that might have been a case where they lost the 3-1 lead, and it'll be the Sharks against the Avalanche. And you just start to wonder much longer these 8 seeds will continue and all that. The Stars, the 7 seed also, they will take on the Blues. I'm kind of liking the Blues and the Sharks. Tonight, you really got to think star power on the Caps against those scrappy Hurricanes. But in some ways, you almost, there have been just so many upsets in these playoffs that you almost say, look, I mean, the defending Stanley Cup champs, and for that matter, Barry Trotz against his former team, that's a great storyline. I mean, let's have that. Bruins and Blue Jackets? You know what, even if the Hurricanes are eliminated, then I'll make the Blue Jackets out to be the local interest in the Stanley Cup playoffs, because they're only up 23, but I would think that it might be as hot as the Blue Jackets have been in Columbus. Kind of like in Boston, just because of the year that they had, and, well, see, they're going to be playing in Barclays Center. They're going to be the Brooklyn Islanders. That's not the same as the New York Islanders. That should mean absolutely nothing. I think it means everything. Anyway, but hey, Coach beat the Stars in the first round with the Islanders besting the Pens. Can it happen again against a team that Barry Trotz, the former Predators coach, knows an awful lot about? I kind of got that feeling, especially if Ovechkin is going to play not the scorer, but the goon, as he has recently. Hey, the Reds and the Braves, the local baseball teams, they're playing each other. It's not just Johnson County and Unicoi County, And I'll talk about that, some some NFL draft, and more. Tri-Cities Sports Now.
normal, hurry to the meeting, run afternoon errands, return to school, and then back home. Your days are way too busy to have to